So I'm here with Steve Goff, cybersecurity specialist for Node4, and we're going to be talking about risk today. So Steve, typically what type of risks are companies preventing them from achieving their goals, their business goals?
Well, John, there's lots of risk factors, and really that's the purpose of a framework, that we can actually look at different organisations and sort of normalise everything by this framework to identify what actually is a risk for that particular organisation. But in terms of cybersecurity, it's pretty much obviously external factors. You've got people that may be wanting to get information from your organisation, and you've also got internal factors. So you've got people internally that may do something unintentionally, but it could be potentially damaging. A classic is obviously opening a phishing email and clicking on links and downloading malicious content, etc. And then you've got employees that may be looking to move, maybe wanting to take critical data with them, or you've got somebody who just may be upset with the organisation and feels mistreated and wants to do something maliciously. So there's a number of factors internally which you just can't legislate for, hence the risk management framework, and also externally, because you don't know who's looking at your organisation if you haven't got that visibility on what they're doing on a daily basis.
And typically what are customers' attitudes to risks?
I think it varies greatly, and I think most organisations don't have a official risk management programme that's from the board down. A lot of it is heads of departments doing their own ad hoc risks. So, for example, IT departments saying, I think we should have some security software to help us, for example. I think we should be doing this. So it's kind of done on an ad hoc basis typically, but it does vary. And obviously the idea of this program to the Node4 customer base is to kind of come along, have a chat with you, and to see to what extent you're doing this, if there's any additional things that we can add really to improve. And for those heads of departments maybe to take some of the framework up to the board and sort of raise their profile within the organisation as well. So lots of benefits from doing this.
And how do you prioritise risk, and what's the importance of prioritising that risk?
It's important to prioritise risk because our customers and most organisations don't have unlimited budget. So really the purpose of prioritisation is to say, okay, well, where do we need to spend our money most effectively to get the best return for our risk profile?
And from a company's perspective, what are the key benefits of this risk management program?
Well, effectively, you're stopping these a risk. Basically, when it happens, is an issue, and we've all dealt with issues. You know, particularly Monday morning, maybe you come into your organisation and something's happened, and everybody's sort of all hands to the deck. So the idea of a good risk management program is it reduces the number of issues because you've kind of identified up front what your risks might be, so they haven't actually become an issue because you've nipped them in the bud. Obviously from a reporting and a board level and a stakeholder level, there's huge benefits because they've obviously got confidence in the organisation that all the risks from an investor's point of view, etc., have been identified. The low prioritisation ones we're monitoring, the high prioritisation ones we've actually done, we're doing something about. So I think it's a confidence thing for stakeholders and investors, etc., to say this company is on it effectively.